What's pop YouTube? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to do a trade recap. As y'all can see, I made $641. Now this should have been across my 5 accounts. However, I made the mistake of not having my trade copier on this morning. I don't know why it wasn't on, but it wasn't. I didn't realize till after I was done trading. So pretty tragic. Definitely could have been, over a 3K day, but $641 is still better than nothing. It's better than a loss as well. So I'll take it on the one account. Set of the 5, it definitely does sting a little bit, but definitely not gonna let that force me into taking any other trades or force me into making irrational decisions. Just trying to make money on the other 4 accounts is not that serious. It's just one day. I'm just happy to take a win today. Today is my first winning day of the week. It is Wednesday, so it's definitely been a rougher week for me. I'm gonna go over today's trades though, what I did right. I also took one loss. Took 2 wins and 1 loss, so I'm gonna go over all that. First trade I took was a loss, which occurred right here, right at a little bit after market open. Again, market open was very choppy. Didn't really have too much that I liked as of this. However, we did have this internal sweep, changing the state with the order block fair value gap. Wanted to see us attack all of this low resistance liquidity right here. Ended up going long off of that, off of this candle right here. My stop at this low, wanting to see all these highs get attacked. Got stopped out. The reasoning, I think, really, I expected us, once I seen NQ, or wait, ES didn't run it either. Okay, well, we had an SMT, I want to say, or no, we didn't. Well, I had an extra reason behind this trade. I waited for the 30-second. We had this 30-second. Okay, we had an SMT right here. On the 30-second, we had an SMT for value gap. ES had tapped the imbalance, NQ didn't, and that was my reasoning for entering, honestly. Internal sweep, accumulation, manipulation. Wanted to really see it distribute to the upside, especially after we had all this resting buy side. Got stopped out. Not really mad at that loss. I definitely could have waited though, for the 1 minute to close above, to really exceeding this position, but I didn't take it with high risk. I lost about $200 on this trade. I want to say $202 exactly. We closed above the 30-second, which is why I trailed my stop then to this low right here, and I pyramided in. Didn't work out. We move on. Following that, once I recognized this V shape right here on the 15-second after coming out of the 1 minute, I ended up slapping short right here, which was my first win of the day. Took this short down to, I was actually targeting all the way down here. I wanted to really see us come attack these relative equal lows, this data wick low. I wanted to see all that get attacked, even also 830 low. As y'all can see, I ended up getting stopped. I did take a small one because I recognized the SMT that we put in. I seen ES was very hesitant to continue to displace lower, and this is why I ended up scaling out of my position. I was in with 7 contracts. I ended up taking out 5 around this area here once I recognized that ES was still very hesitant. ES was lagging around this time. As y'all can see, this is the sell side level. ES never really wanted to reach to it. From what? Yeah, the 830 wick. ES was very hesitant to reach to it. We were respecting consequent coaching of that as well. So that just led me to believe that I definitely should partial, at least to make something out of this trade, make my losses back, so I can have some type of profit on the day, which is exactly what I did. Thankfully, I did do that. It worked out in my favor because price ended up stopping me out at break even for the rest of my contracts. Following that though, which I usually don't do, but I did take another trade. Usually once I get a win, once I'm up on the day, I will step away. But this was honestly a textbook setup that I took with very low size, and I was fine with the risk on it because it was another A+ setup. Now we had previously respected CE, well, of the higher time frame wick, SMT, swept lows. We are also coming out of the respecting this 15-minute volume balance, 15-minute BPR as well, into a V-shaped IFVG. Ended up taking this long right here. Now, enter right here. Stop was at this low. I wanted to see us attack this high here. This was my main target. And as you can see, it still hasn't even hit yet. We have been very just slow in terms of just attacking draws and liquidity this week. Hasn't been the best PA. As y'all can see, we chopped for literally over 10 minutes, like, but I ended up taking this long. I wasn't profit for a little bit. Hit drawdown right here. Then once we got this displacement here, this is where I ended up pyramiding into my position. Once we got this close above, my fill was then adjusted to like right here. I had my stop here just to keep my risk very tight, very low. And I do understand that when we do have choppier market conditions, I don't like to have a tighter stop. However, in this instance, because I was already up on the day, I didn't want to risk going back beneath $200 because after the second trade, I was up like 260 on the day. So at this point, my risk was like 50 bucks. I didn't want to risk losing my $200 day for potential profits. So I didn't mind keeping my stop tight because if I lost, I lost. I still made my $200. I still made my quarter for top step. So I had a tight stop here. And then as we just continued to displace, I continued to just trail my stop, especially as ES was showing a lot more strength than NQ was. ES was moving just way more efficiently towards the draw. And I honestly do think I wish I would have taken it on ES just because ES was the one that was more bullish at the time. We were showing more strength just due to the SMT being in our favor with ES. However, once I recognized this internal SMT right here, this gave me a little bit of confidence in the trade as well. Didn't really expect to see us come back down this low. So as we continue to displace, ES took this high way before NQ did. Let me see when did ES take it. ES took this high here. NQ was still consolidating, so this is where I trailed my stop to break even at this point, and started to move it into profit because I didn't want to run the risk of getting stopped out, especially just as you can see how choppy price action has been. We getting these really sideways movements. I did not want to see price come back and stop me out, so move my stop to break even right there, and then just continue to trail my stop. Trailed it into profit, just really beneath these imbalances as we continued. I did actually end up pyramiding into this on this V shape right here. Yeah, this V shape I pyramided. Then once we got this displacement here, I ended up pyramiding again, still with my stop in profit. So it was I wasn't running any type of risk, really just risking whatever I was already up on the trade. I was completely fine with that. Now once I recognized the 15-minute candle, get this, close above the hourly, everything else, the daily, the 4-hour, everything was bullish. I was a lot more confident in this trade. I did expect us to just continue. Now the reason that I got out where I got out at this high. The reason I got out at this high was just because the SMT, how slow we were moving, and I just didn't really feel like staying in the trade. I was trailing my stop constantly, just kept trailing it under these 15-second imbalances, just kept moving it. Once we hit that high, I was like, look, I'm fine with what I'm up with. I'm gonna just take it, I'm gonna get out. So that trade I ended up making like $400 something. Very happy with that as well. Just sucks that I wasn't able to capitalize across my 5 accounts. I only was able to take it on one. Didn't recognize till I was done trading today. But you know, we live and we learn. We still have the rest of the week to make money across the other 4 accounts, and we have the rest of the month. Honestly, I'm not really gonna let one day get into my head or one day affect me. You shouldn't either. One day does not define you as a trader. One week doesn't define you as a trader. 1 month doesn't define you as a trader. Traders have losing weeks. We have losing months. It happens, you know. And this isn't even a losing day, but this is definitely a day that stings just because it could have made back, you know, majority of my losses from the week. I am still in drawdown on the week, I want to say, from, you know, Monday, Tuesday. Today puts me, because what, Monday I lost like 400 Monday. Yesterday I lost like 500, so we are still in drawdown a little bit on the week, but hopefully we can finish the week green, you know, if we finish these last 2 days strong. But I'm not gonna let it affect me though. Didn't get to take it on my 5 accounts. Took it on one. Better than nothing. So yeah, hope y'all could have learned something. Hope y'all found some value in this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.